Very good morning, Dr. Brett, Koonse, and I'm very thankful to you that you have done a fantastic job, especially for India. I know you since you are an officer for USFDA, and now you are a proud instructor to JIFSAN, Joint Institute for Food and Applied Nutrition. And especially, I like to ask you, because USFDA has been doing such a fantastic job that India is producing close to now 1 million tons of shrimp, and we are the largest exporter to USA. And this motive of this training, USFDA training, is to train the farmers or the officers that how to do best management practices in shrimp farming in terms of food safety norms. So I'd like to ask you a very simple question, that how this knowledge, in your view, can benefit farmers, and how Indian farmers should do to be part of this program, which can benefit them in a very large scale.
Well, thank you for having me here in India. It's been an honor being here. I would like to say that the U.S. wants shrimp from India. Shrimp is the #1 consumed seafood in the U.S. and value very much shrimp from India. I think the best way this training could be used for the Indian farmer is if they could integrate it into their practices now, meaning they have BMPs, our best management practices, they implement those, they get training from their local officials and what they've learned here at this Good Aquaculture Practice training, and they're careful about what products they use in their ponds during production. What FDA will look for food safety when the product is offered for entry into the U.S., they'll look for residues. So make sure that you use drugs or any other product that's approved that will be able to come into the U.S. So it's approved by the USFDA and it's approved by the local government. I'd also say to make sure you use good clean ice, good clean water when you at harvest for your shrimp. That way it will be suitable for entering into the U.S. and safe, and it will be a really good product and a preferred product by U.S. consumers. I think there's a real opportunity here in India to build their brand. They have a wonderful coastline. They have beautiful farms, and I think if they use these good aquaculture practices, these best management practices, I think it will be a good opportunity to promote the shrimp from India and make their brand known, and it would be the preferred shrimp for U.S. consumers. So I think integrating these principles and concepts taught by the local officials down to the farmer would be very beneficial to the aquaculture farming industry in India.
Dr. Brett, I know that you know India much better than any officer of USFDA, and you've been visiting India from last 2 decades almost, and since I know you from last 15, 18 years, and I honestly want to ask you, what is your rating, what you think that what shrimp farming practices and mode of shrimp farming operation and the protocol, what change and what advancement and what improvement have you seen in last 20 years? Are you satisfied with that?
Oh my goodness. I've been coming here since 1997. I came here with FAO, an international organization, part of the UN, to do the first seafood hazard training course here in India. And we also started working on farms right around 2000. Oh my goodness, the transformation of the India aquaculture industry down at the farm level has been tremendous. When I first started coming here, it was of course monodon, and it was extensive. So high tide, whatever came into high tide, that's what they grew. There was not BMPs, I would say, not very good BMPs at the time. And oh my goodness, now you have farms with international standards. You have farms across the board have improved. Even though the farms are still small, 80% are still small, you still see tremendous improvement. And you can see it in FDA's testing of products from India. the rate of finding problems is much lower than it used to be.
That's very comforting. That's
Yes,
so
yeah.
so nice to know that because this will motivate my fellow farmers. And you also know that I'm a farmer, I'm a shrimp farmer and who's doing shrimp farming from last almost 28 years. And even I have seen that there is a great degree of improvement and evolution in the practices of shrimp farming. And I can say very proud that one of the best shrimps we have in our ponds. But that's what you are trying to say, that India produces one of the best shrimp, but we need to be more attentive and we to pay more of attention in post-harvest handling and management of harvest in accordance with the processor, right?
Yes,
I think that is, you think that that is the missing link in India,
Yes.
where farmers can improvement in post-harvest handling of the shrimp.
Yes. Post-harvest and at the farm, as I've said many times, there's a lot of support for processors. They have regulations, they have money, they have third-party inspections. But the farmer, I think, don't get the support that they need or the training that they need down at the farm level. So I think the effort should be applied more to the farmer. They're the largest part of the pyramid for aquaculture. It all depends on the
They are the base of
farmer. They're the base. But I don't think they get as much support or training or help as they deserve. So there is, of course, they've made a lot of improvements. The farms have made a lot of improvements, but there's room to improve. And the biggest risk for the shrimp coming into the U.S. From India is as you say, it's either post-harvest with water and ice, or it's a problem in the pond with salmonella or something like that. So make sure you keep the animals off the farm as much as you can. Try to minimize having the birds or the mammals or something coming onto the farm, because that's where the salmonella is coming from. It's also could be coming from the ice and water that's not approved or it's not appropriate for food. So make sure you have clean, potable ice and water to minimize your chance of having problems and improve the standards.
That means that you are appealing to Indian shrimp farmers that be good at farm in producing shrimp with all BMP basic protocol, and be super good at post-harvest handling till it goes to your processor.
That's right.
And then that is what you said. There is a skill. There is a lot of scope for improvement. That
Yes.
From the farmer side, I request and an appeal to you that you have been doing fantastic trainings from last so many years. But what I personally feel that India is a very big country. And 70% of shrimp farming is in Andhra Pradesh, followed by West Bengal, Odisha and Gujarat. So I want you to request that, because you have been working with the Indian government for many years, I think the best thing is that to translate your very good manual of USFDA BMP manuals into regional language of Telugu or maybe Bengali or Orissa and Gujarat. So you can request to the government that this can be given to farmers in their understandable language. So I think definitely this will bring a very good momentum to your great awareness scheme, because finally you want very good quality shrimp, and Indian people wants to produce a very good quality shrimp because we are dependent upon 90% of exports, especially to US, and it's a very big market for us, almost 45 to 50% of that. And I think this will really help, because I am a part of your training. Me and Dr. Amar Naini has done from I think 2 or 3 training sessions with you, and really it opens up the mind of the industry people. So this is my small request, that if you could do this kind of your manuals will be converted into regional languages, that will definitely, it will help the industry people.
I think that's a great idea. And in fact, I would like to be able to collaborate further with the government officials here in India, and also industry experts like yourself, and be able to train trainers that can go into the local farmers, the smaller farmers, train the leaders of the industry at the local level in the native local language. Get the material translated into local language, get the instructors trained that they can speak the local language, and they can connect clearly with the farmers. The farmers, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. So we need to work together as a team. We want shrimp. We want it to be safe. We want it to be healthy. We want it to be delicious. And so we work together as a team, and I think we could really improve everybody's experience, whether you're a consumer or you're a producer. We're in it together.
My last question would be, because now last 2-3 years, the shrimp farming world over, especially Asia and India, a lot of issues are going on with the cost of production versus the price realization we are getting into the international market. With your own knowledge, and you have such a vast experience, what do you see down the line, another 1 or 2 years? What will be the movement of shrimp and from India to US, and whether the market will develop there in next 2-3 years?
I'm really not a market person. I'm more a production and food safety and B&P person. But I really think
No, but in your presentation, you were mentioning that there is always a year-on-year increase of farmed aquaculture products in USA.
Yeah. I think we're still seeing some aftermath of disruption from COVID. I think really we haven't caught back up to post-COVID yet. So I think things are going to balance out down the road. I really do. I think this is an important point. If you increase demand in the countries, you're going to increase the need for shrimp, and that's going to increase the price of shrimp. So I think one of the things I think countries can do is to increase the demand for shrimp. You know,
through converting into a good brand.
Yes,
because
I love not
the
just brand, but making the desire to consume shrimp more. You build it, they'll come. You build it, a brand. You build the desire for shrimp, whether it's from India, and you'll build the increase in prices, because demand will drive price.
Thank you so much, Dr. Brett, to have few questions with you. You have taken out time from your hectic schedule in the training. And once again, from the entire industry, from the farming community, I'd like to thank USFDA and especially you to give such a good training and awareness program, which will benefit Indian industry for the long term. Thank you so much, and
Thank you.
Look forward to such more productive meetings in India.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I love coming to this beautiful country. It's just such a marvelous experience to be able to come here again. I love the people. I love the food. So I look forward to coming back again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.